Hello everyone, it's Enigma here, and today I want to talk to some more Smash Switch discussion. As you see on your computer screen, you can see a Smash Brothers looking roster of characters. That's because I actually went and created my own roster for the game and what I think the roster will be. Now, I know that some of these choices, especially the third-party ones, are kind of out there. But just to clarify, since Cloud got in Smash 4, possibilities are off the roof. You will never expect what Nintendo will add into this game. But after Cloud was revealed, basically any video game character that has some relation to Nintendo, even the most minor of relationships, can get in. So just clarifying that right now. And before we get onto the roster, I'm just going to get these characters out of the way. The characters that I think are going to be cut from Smash 4. And before we get there, I actually created this roster in a program that you can download in the links down below in the description. I'm going to leave a link to the download link below where you can download this. It's a really cool place where you can think of characters for Smash. And so I think that these characters will be really cool for Smash. If you want to create your own roster and then show us down in the comments, you can. But this is my roster that I think will turn out in the end. Like I said, some of these might be unrealistic, but hey, it's fun to dream. So I'm just going to go down the list of this roster, but before we get there, I'm going to talk about the cut characters from Smash 4. And the characters that I say will be cut are Little Mac, Lucario, Wii Fit Trainer, Dr. Mario, Lucina, Cloud, Ryu, and Corrin. Now, let me get something away from Little Mac. People are going to be so sad that I say Little Mac is going to be cut. But there's really good reasons that I think Little Mac will be cut. First of all, he hasn't been relevant in ages. The last game that he had was in like 2009. That was like almost 9 years ago. Like, I don't think that Little Mac will be in this game. And also, a lot of people really wanted Little Mac for Smash 4, yes. But when they played Little Mac in Smash 4, people just started to not like him. And then people just started to hate him. And then Little Mac just became unpopular once Smash 4. Personally, I really liked Little Mac. I thought he was a pretty cool character. But yeah, I don't think Little Mac's going to be returning in this game. And there's going to be a character that I'll get to on this roster that I have that I think will actually replace Little Mac. And I'll get there when I get there. But for now, I'll just say that Little Mac has just not been relevant in recent years. So, yeah. He could be an assist trophy again, but I don't think he'll be a fighter again. So, yeah, that's my opinion. The next one is Lucario, another character that people will get upset about being on the cut list. But personally, normally what Nintendo does is they normally remove one Pokemon character and add a new one. So basically, they replace a Pokemon each time. So the Pokemon roster just isn't filled with. So the Smash roster isn't just filled with Pokemon characters. So I really like that. But yeah, I think Lucario will be cut. As much as I really love Lucario, I just think he's the most likely to be cut of the Pokemon characters. Even topping Greninja, because people say that Greninja's the most likely candidate of Pokemon to be cut, but people in Japan have once said that Greninja is their favorite character in Pokemon, and he was like the most popular character. He was like the most popular Pokemon character in Japan, and Greninja's pretty popular in Smash. So the reasoning behind cutting Greninja doesn't make sense to me. I feel like Greninja will be staying. But this is not the roster. We're still talking about the cut characters. Wii Fit Trainer. Wii Fit Trainer's gone without a doubt. Wii Fit Trainer, Nintendo is dropping the Wii name, and Wii Fit Trainer was just not popular in Smash. She was at first, but then her popularity started to die down since like 2016. So Wii Fit Trainer is no longer really popular anymore, and yeah, That's why I think Wii Fit Trainer's out. Dr. Mario, Lucina, they're clones, so yeah, and Cloud and Ryu are hard to get in, and then Corrin, the only reason she was in Smash 4 was to hype up the newest Fire Emblem game at the time. But Corrin just doesn't make sense to be added to the game now. But yeah, that was a really long list. I didn't mean to make it that long, but now let's talk about the roster I have. Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, Yoshi. They do not need explaining. Of course they're coming back. Mario was the most popular series out of Smash Brothers. Like, why would they cut the Mario series? That's stupid. But Rosalina and Bowser Jr. They first appeared in Smash 4, and then, yeah, I think Rosalina and Bowser Jr. will be returning. They're pretty popular characters, especially Rosalina, and Bowser Jr. was a wacky and zany character to add into the game. And besides, Rosalina represents modern Mario games, and Bowser Jr. represents another villain, which is something we need more of in these games, so I think Bowser Jr. will be returning. Wario obviously is returning. He's Mario's rival, and like with the WarioWare series, especially since WarioWare Gold is going to be a 3DS game. So yeah, obviously Wario's returning. Now the first interesting character, Waluigi. Yes, I think Waluigi should be a newcomer in Super Smash Bros. Switch. It's long overdue. Waluigi should have been in Smash 4. There was no reason why Waluigi was not in. Waluigi just makes sense. If you have Mario, Luigi, and Wario, you just gotta throw in Waluigi. And besides, Waluigi could represent the Mario sports games, which I feel each Mario character should represent something. Like Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, and Yoshi represent the main Mario cast, and then Rosalina represents modern Mario games. Bowser Jr. represents another villain. Wario represents the rival slash friend characters, but Waluigi could represent sports games. The next interesting character is Paper Mario. Personally, I feel like he's the replacement for Dr. Mario. Paper Mario just seems like a far more interesting character. You know, he can use attacks from the Thousand Year Door in the original Paper Mario. Heck, even Super Paper Mario, but not Color Splash and Sticker Star. Let's hope not. Because I don't consider those true Paper Mario games. The true Paper Mario games are the RPG ones. And Paper Mario could represent the Mario RPGs, which I feel is perfect. You know, people want Geno, but personally, I don't think Geno's going to be in. That's just such a stretch. It's crazy. Yeah, I feel like Paper Mario would be perfect for this game. Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, they don't need any explanations, especially Diddy Kong. He's so popular in Smash. He's almost up to Captain Falcon standards of popularity. That's how popular Diddy Kong is. Of course, both of them are staying. And Donkey Kong is one of the oldest Mario characters. I mean, one of the oldest Nintendo characters of all time. Of course, Donkey Kong is staying. King K. Rool is another interesting one. King K. Rool is the Donkey Kong villain, and personally, people say that Dixie Kong is more likely than King K. Rool, but personally, I think K. Rool is more likely than Dixie Kong, just because of one reason. K. Rool had an outfit as a Mii Fighter. I feel like whatever was a Mii Fighter outfit in Smash 4, I feel like Sakurai may have considered that character, the real character, as a playable character, but was cut due to unknown reasons. And maybe K. Rool was actually planned to be in the game, but couldn't, so they just added him as a Mii Fighter costume instead. That's a possibility, and I feel like K. Rool would be perfect for this game. And besides, another villain. I mean, Nintendo has done really well with female characters in Smash 4 to the point where we really don't need much more female characters. I feel like Smash 4 has a pretty decent female roster now. Yeah, but K. Rool would be a perfect character in my opinion. Next up is Inklings. They don't need explanations. They're already revealed that they're coming to the game, so I don't really need to talk about the Inklings. And it's one of Nintendo's most popular IPs of the modern days. So yes, Inklings are definitely in the game. Springman, this is this is the character that I feel will replace Little Mac. Is because I feel like Springman and Little Mac would be similar if they were in the same game, and I don't want another one of those Captain Falcon and Ganondorf situations. So I feel like they should just cut Little Mac and just keep Springman, especially since Springman's more newer than Little Mac. And Springman's a lot more relevant now, and ARMS is pretty popular now. You know, there's a lot of people playing ARMS, and Springman's just perfect for the game. He comes from a fighting game, a Nintendo IP that's from the Switch era. I mean, that's perfect. Springman, that's like no question. Springman's coming into the game for sure. Next is the bottom. No, not. What am I saying? The second row of the roster, which starting off is Link, Zelda, Sheik, Ganondorf. They don't need explanations. They're all coming in the game. Link and Zelda should have their champion outfits from Breath of the Wild, especially since Link is already confirmed to have the Breath of the Wild costume. So I feel like champion Zelda should be in the game as well. I mean, that just makes a lot of sense. Toon Link, I was not sure. I felt like whether cutting him or keeping him in the game, but I went with keeping him in the game because it just makes so much sense, you know. I mean, Zelda is kind of like Mario. You need to represent Zelda's timeline, and Young Link was way too similar to Link, and like sometimes they were too similar to the point where sometimes I would be able to actually confuse them from one another. But Link and Toon Link are pretty noticeable, their difference. So I think Toon Link will be coming back, and you know, and he represents Wind Waker. So yeah, and Wind Waker's a pretty popular Zelda game. One of the best. So yeah, I think Toon Link will be in the game. Samus and Zero Suit Samus, they don't need explanations. Ridley. Oh, there's a lot of controversy regarding Ridley in Smash as a newcomer. I do not believe in the theory of Ridley is too big for Smash. That's stupid. Bowser is almost identical to Ridley's size in the Mario games, and in the Super Nintendo days, Ridley was almost just about Samus's size. Like, it's stupid. They can easily shrink him down. And besides, there's tons of Smash 4 mods with Ridley as a playable character, and it works so perfectly. They make him shrink so it's not weird. Like, I can actually see Ridley working out in this game. I do not believe in the whole he's too big argument, because a lot of other Smash characters are too big. So, I don't think that argument is valid. So, I feel like, honestly, Ridley has a chance in this game. And besides, Nintendo has been really focusing on making the fans happy. Just imagine if Ridley was announced as a playable character for Smash. The whole world would collapse. Like, I swear, the whole world would be so happy if Ridley was in Smash. Like, I can just see all the reactions, all of everyone's happy faces. Like, this would be the equivalent to Mother 3. This is like the Mother 3 of Smash. Give us Ridley. But yeah, Ridley, he needs to come. Next is the Kid Icarus characters, Pit and Palutena for sure. No explanation. They're coming. They're coming back. Dark Pit. People are going to disagree with me. People are going to say that Dark Pit is way too similar to Pit and that he should be cut, like the other clone characters. But personally, Dark Pit is a part of Sakurai's IP. Sakurai is the creator of Smash. I don't feel like he'd cut one of his characters, even if it's too similar to another character. Like, look at Kirby and King Dedede. Now, I know they're not clones, but they have some identical personalities about them. Like, they can float in midair. They have that inhale ability. They can use their hammer. They're pretty similar, even though they're not exactly clones. But and they can do the same with Pit and Dark Pit. Dark Pit doesn't need to be a clone of Pit. They can easily de-clone Dark Pit. And besides, Dark Pit is like I said, Dark Pit is part of Sakurai's IP. So so I don't feel like it really makes sense to cut Dark Pit. So I feel like Dark Pit is actually staying, to be honest with you. But The Fire Emblem characters, Marth and Ike are. That's a given, honestly. No explanation there. Roy, some people think that he should be cut, but personally, I was questioning this too, but personally, the whole world went so happy when Roy was announced for Smash 4 DLC. So it really wouldn't make sense to cut Roy if a lot of people wanted him. And apparently, Nintendo knows this because they see all the reactions that show up on their newsfeed. So, Roy's coming back. Robin's coming back too. Some people think that Robin might be cut, but personally, I don't think so. He came from the game that was like the rebirth of the Fire Emblem series. It wouldn't really make sense to me to cut a key character of Fire Emblem. Like, even though he hasn't appeared in a while, he can represent the modern Fire Emblem games and he can represent the Fire Emblem games that was like the rebirth. So personally, I think Robin is staying. Next up is Chibi Robo. Um, I feel like he's at a weird position in this roster, but I had nowhere else to put him. But I feel like Chibi Robo would be a pretty cool character. He can use his little television friend. I don't really know his name. And there's just a lot you can do with him. And they can easily resize Chibi Robo like they did with Almer. You know how he's like too small. They can resize him to make him fit in Smash. And besides, Chibi Robo is Nintendo IP, and even though he's not popular, Smash is all about getting those lower series, like those low series, and making them popular. And they can do that with Chibi Robo. Like, look at Earthbound and F-Zero. Those were not popular before Smash came out. No one knew what Earthbound was. And then when they saw Ness in Smash 64, people were curious where Ness came from. And then people looked that up, and then they saw Earthbound, and then that's what made them meet Earthbound. And they can do the same with Chibi Robo. That can help Smash players that don't know Chibi Robo to know what Chibi Robo is. And besides, Chibi Robo is Nintendo IP, so I feel like Chibi Robo would be a pretty cool character in this game, if I have to be honest with you. Kirby, King Dedede, Meta Knight. They don't need explanations. Sakurai's characters, that's like Sakurai's babies. So they're not going to be cut. Bandana Dee. Bandana Dee needs to be in the game. If you're going to have... It's like the same situation with the Mario, Luigi, and Wario situation. If they're going to have Kirby, Dedede, and Meta Knight, you got to throw in Bandana Dee. Those are the 4 heroes of the Kirby games. It doesn't make sense to just keep 3 of them and then just cut 1 of them. No, they need all 4 there. And besides, it's a Sakurai character, and it's a main hero in the Kirby games. In fact, I'd even say he's a mainer hero than King Dedede and Meta Knight, if I have to be honest with you. Like, I could say that Bandana Dee is the true sidekick of the Kirby series, but I feel like Bandana Dee should definitely make a newcomer appearance in this game. Next up is Fox and Falco. They don't need explanations. They're like they're some of the most popular characters in Smash history. They're coming back for sure. Wolf. Oh my god, I was so disappointed when Smash 4 DLC came and Wolf was not in the game. It made sense to cut Ice Climbers and it made sense to cut Snake, but why on earth did they cut Wolf? Like, there's no reason behind cutting Wolf besides just cutting him just because. Now, a theory that I have why they might have cut Wolf is because he might be like too similar to Fox and Falco, but really they're not. Falco is like the Luigi of the Star Fox series in Smash. Sorry, Luigi, you're my favorite Mario character, but that's kind of the truth, honestly. But Wolf actually seems like an original character. He seems new. Like, he seems like he's not really like Fox and Falco. And there's a lot more you can do with Wolf that you can't do with Fox and Falco. Wolf has a lot of moveset potential, and I'm so disappointed he was cut from Smash 4. Wolf needs to come back. Like, that was so disappointing, and people would be so happy if Wolf made a return. So Wolf, he needs to come back. Come on. Next up is Crystal. A new Star Fox representer. Now, we need more female representation, and normally, I haven't really seen much people request for Crystal lately, but personally, I feel like Crystal could still have a chance. It's another female character, another Star Fox representation, which I feel like Star Fox needs one more representation in Smash, and I feel like Crystal would be the best choice. Yeah, I feel like Crystal makes a lot of sense in Smash, so yeah, Crystal and Smash. Um, Pikachu, Charizard, Mewtwo, and Jigglypuff, they don't need explanations. They're some of the most popular Pokemon in the world. They don't need explanations. Greninja, I already talked about Greninja, but I'll explain again. You know, I feel like Greninja has a much better chance of returning than Lucario, simply because I feel like Greninja is more popular. He's more current. And yeah, Greninja is a pretty popular character in Smash. And the new Pokemon character of the game that a lot of people want, and myself included, Decidueye. It could be another grass type Pokemon, and he can use his arrows and stuff. It would be really nice to see Decidueye in this game. And besides, they always add a new Pokemon character in each Smash game, and I feel like they would be adding Decidueye in this game. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The next character is Rob. Now Rob is a popular character in Smash. You know, like he was popular since Brawl, and he has a lot of history with Nintendo. He's one of the first Nintendo accessories, and he's a key part of what makes Nintendo Nintendo these days. Like he's a very part of gaming history, and he appears in games as Mario Kart DS, and he made a cameo in Pikmin 2 as a treasure in the game. But Rob would be a nice. Rob needs to come back. Rob's very popular in Smash. Yeah, Rob's coming back. Ice Climbers, they were planned to be in Smash 4. But the only reason they were cut was because the 3DS couldn't handle two characters at a time. But the Wii U could handle them just fine. But if they add the Ice Climbers into the game, I'll be so happy. Because the Ice Climbers is one of my favorite Smash characters of all time. And, you know, it was really nice to see Ice Climbers in Melee and Brawl. So, and it was really disappointing when Ice Climbers in Smash 4. But that made way more sense than why they cut Wolf. The reasoning why they cut Wolf just will never make sense to me. But it at least makes a little sense why Ice Climbers were cut. But since the 3DS problem isn't a problem now, they're just making it on a home console this time. Then I feel like Ice Climbers are gonna return in this game for sure. The next character is Duck Hunt. Now, these characters were my main in Smash 4, and I would be so upset if Nintendo decided to just randomly cut Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt was my main in Smash 4, and it would be so sad to see him go. But Duck Hunt is a pretty popular NES era character. Duck Hunt is a very popular Smash 4 character. A lot of people were laughing when he was announced for DLC. Not DLC, for Smash 4. Because Duck Hunt was a part of the regular roster. But Duck Hunt needs to return in this game. I'd be upset if he didn't, and I think he is going to return in this game. So yeah. The next character is Balloon Fighter. Now, Nintendo likes to do this thing where they add one retro character and one joke character, where they basically add one character that existed in like when they were doing Nintendo Entertainment System games, and then they also add a joke character that you could never expect in a million years that is just hilarious in Smash. But I'm gonna talk about these two characters at the same time: Balloon Fight and Labo Man. Balloon Fighter, Balloon Fighter is a very popular NES character. I know a lot of people want Takamaru rather than Balloon Fighter, but I feel like the fun of retro characters is to see what Nintendo can do. And I feel like Takamaru shouldn't be in it because he has moveset potential. Now, I know that sounds stupid, but if the character... But if it's a retro character, though, I like it when Nintendo just does a random moveset for the retro character and impresses us with how much they put with the retro character. If they added Takamaru, it would be kind of boring. To be honest, it'd just be another sword fighter. and it would just be a lot of attacks similar to the other sword fighters, but Balloon Fighter would have a really interesting moveset. So I feel like he should be in. Now, the joke character of this game should be Labo Man. Now, this character would be so funny to see in Smash. Like how Wii Fit Trainer was the joke character of Smash 4, and in Brawl, the joke character was Rob. And then Melee was Game & Watch. But Labo Man should be the joke character of this game. And besides, Labo is going to be coming out on April 20th, Weed Day, by the way. It's gonna be, I feel like it's gonna be a pretty popular accessory for the Switch. And, you know, Labo Man, a lot of people really want Labo Man as the joke character of this game. And as much as I would love to see Reggie as the joke character of the game, I feel like Labo Man might make a little more sense, and that feels like what Nintendo would do rather than adding Reggie in the game. But, you know, Labo Man would be a pretty interesting character. I would love to see Labo Man. Next up is Mr. Game & Watch. He needs no explanation at all. He might be like the second most popular character in Smash history, only under Captain Falcon. Maybe Ness might be him, but yeah. And then speaking of Ness and Lucas, they're all returning. People were excited when Lucas came back as DLC. I don't see why Nintendo would cut him. Captain Falcon's getting cut. Captain Falcon is not returning. There's no way that Captain Falcon's coming back. Captain Falcon is gone. He's not going to be in the game. Okay, next character. Okay, I'm just joking. Captain Falcon's coming back. How could Captain Falcon be cut in this game? Captain Falcon is the #1. He's like the Smash character. He's not a Smash character. He's the Smash character. He's the most popular Smash character in Smash history. He might even be more popular in Smash than he is in his own franchise. And now that does kind of sound sad, but personally, I think Captain Falcon is more likely to return than any of these characters. Heck, even return, he has better of a chance of returning than Mario. Captain Falcon is a popular character in Smash, and he's not going anywhere. Like, Captain Falcon's staying. Villager is very popular. The Animal Crossing series is very popular. A lot of people are really wanting a new Animal Crossing game. Villager comes from an extremely popular game series, so why not? And he's pretty popular in Smash with the whole Killager meme. I think it's a pretty safe bet Villager's returning for sure. Pikmin and Almer, no explanation. Pikmin and Almer, Pikmin has been more popular in recent years than ever. People, and especially since Nintendo has apparently been working on a Pikmin 4 for the longest time, I feel like Almer's returning for sure. But I hope that they go back to 6 Pikmin. Just because of his 6 Pikmin in Brawl, Almer was my main in Brawl. I would be so upset if he has 3 Pikmin like in Smash 4, because that just ruined the fun out of Almer for me. So I hope that Almer has 6 Pikmin, and heck, even more, because that would be interesting. Like, heck, make it like 100 Pikmin if they wanted to, but like, yeah, Almer needs to return. The next character is Isaac from Golden Sun. This would be an awesome character. Like, especially since Smash Flash 2, which is a Smash fan game, by the way, they added Isaac as a playable character in that game, and he has so much moveset potential. And I feel like Isaac should get the Little Mac treatment. Like, he was an assist trophy at first. Like, Little Mac was an assist trophy in Brawl, and then was later added as a playable character in Smash 4, but Isaac can have the same thing, because Isaac was an assist trophy in Brawl, and then Isaac was not an assist trophy in Smash 4 for some reason, so people thought that he might have just he might be added as a playable character in the game, but sadly wasn't. But I feel like Isaac might have a chance in this game, even though the Golden Sun series isn't really relevant. A lot of people want Isaac. And Sakurai is known for listening to what the fans want. He knows what the fans want, so yeah. Next up is Shulk, no explanation. Xenoblade is getting more popular these days, especially since Xenoblade 2. The next character is, or characters, is Rex and Pyra. Rex and Pyra are gonna be the new Xenoblade reps in this game. for sure. I feel like they need to work together though, because that's basically the fun of using Rex and Pyra in Xenoblade 2. And people think that Rex and Pyra will replace Shulk, but personally, I feel like Shulk will be returning with Rex and Pyra. I don't think that they're just gonna replace Shulk, especially since Shulk is like the main Xenoblade character. He comes from the first Xenoblade game, so that wouldn't really make sense to cut Shulk. But yeah, Rex and Pyra are going to be the new Xenoblade reps in this game. Either that or just Pyra and Mithra, but I feel like Rex and Pyra are a much better choice. Um, Next up is the Mii Fighters. Now this was a little confusing, but after thinking about it a lot more, they added the Mii characters in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, even though the Mii characters aren't really that important in the Switch. And yeah, I know that the Mii Fighters, yeah, I know that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a port, but they can just do the same thing for Smash, honestly. In fact, they can even throw in more Mii Fighter types, like make a Mii Mage or something. Or like, yeah, that'd be really cool to see in the game. Not the rest of these characters are the third party characters. The third party characters are basically the guest characters, the characters that are not created by Nintendo, but are the characters that just get thrown in there as special guests. Sonic, no explanation, man. Sonic is a gaming icon. You know, he's very popular. Sonic is speeding his way back into the game. He's a very popular Smash character, and the world went ballistic when he was announced for Brawl, and then when he returned in Smash 4. So, Sonic's coming back for sure. However, not just Sonic, but Knuckles as well. I personally feel like Knuckles should be the Sonic rep rather than Tails. Because personally, I feel like Knuckles would be more interesting, and I just feel like Knuckles fits in more with Smash. Like, he's a fighter, and Knuckles, like, I feel like he has more moveset potential than Tails. Like, he can throw boulders, he can do his spin, like, he can do his little spin dash thing, he can dig underground, like, he can do his signature, fly, like his signature, like, glide thing, but yeah, personally, I feel like Knuckles should be the new Sonic rep of this game. The next character is Bayonetta, a character that I originally thought would not return in in Smash Switch. I now feel like she will return, simply because she is very popular in competitive play. Bayonetta is, she was the most requested character in the Smash Ballad. It wouldn't really make sense to cut Bayonetta if she was the most requested by fans and Nintendo knows it. So if they cut Bayonetta, people would be upset apparently because she was voted the most in the Smash Ballad when that was going on. But Bayonetta needs to return. She was an interesting character. She just needs to be nerfed though. I'm one of those people that will just come out and say it. She needs to be nerfed. She was overpowered as hell, man. Like, she might have been even more overpowered than Meta Knight in Brawl, and that's saying something a lot because Meta Knight was pretty overpowered in Brawl. But Bayonetta just needs to be really worked on a lot more. Like, I feel like she needs to. And the funny thing is that I love how she is she was like the most requested character for Smash 4, yet she is like the most overpowered character in Smash 4. So Sakurai was just giving us a gift. Like, not only is it Bayonetta, but she is overpowered. But that's what's really funny about it. But I feel like she just needs to be nerfed though. The next characters, Megaman and Pac-Man, they don't need explanation. Pac-Man might be a maybe, depending on if Namco's working on the game. If Namco's not, then maybe Pac-Man will get a lot harder to get in. I'm not saying he'll be cut, but it would be a lot harder to include Pac-Man in the game, especially since Namco worked on Smash 4 as the developer. But if Namco is working on this game, then it's a guarantee that Pac-Man's coming back. Besides, Pac-Man was one of my favorite characters in Smash 4, and I'd hate to see him go. However, Mega Man, he's coming back for sure. Mega Man is a gaming icon like Sonic, and then the world went crazy when he was announced for Smash 4, and he was one of the first characters announced for the game. So I feel like Mega Man will be making a return in this game. The next character is Rayman. Now, for those who don't know, um, Smashified is a series where this guy, his name is Artsy Omni, he renders a character in Photoshop, he makes it all by himself, and he makes it a Smash 4 art. And before we even knew that this was him that did a Rayman artwork a long time ago, like back in 2014 or 2015, there was a big leak going around with Rayman being playable as Smash 4 DLC. And then when it was revealed that it was fake, people had mixed reactions. Some people thought it was pretty funny, and then other people were really disappointed because it looks just so real. But but if but Nintendo should understand how much the Rayman series is popular. Personally, a lot of people say that they want the Rabbids in, but the Rabbids are just a side character in Rayman. They need Rayman in general. Rayman is more iconic than the Rabbids, and he's led more of an impact than the Rabbids. So I don't think that I don't think the Rabbids will be in, but I think Rayman will be the one of the next third party characters. Next up is Shovel Knight. He's got to come in. Indies are more popular than ever. He's like the most popular indie character of the 2010s. Indies are really popular. Nintendo seems to be caring a lot about indies these days. And if they wanted to include a representer in Smash, Shovel Knight's the way to go. Shovel Knight will probably be in the next game, especially since he had to be one of the most requested characters in the Smash Ballad. I'd be surprised if he wasn't, because a lot of people wanted Shovel Knight. He was like, a lot of people were saying that they wanted Shovel Knight back then, and I feel like Shovel Knight still has a chance in this game. And if he was one of the most requested characters in the Smash Ballad, then I don't see why not. Shovel Knight should be in the game for sure. Next up is Bomberman. Now, there was actually a new Bomberman game that launched with the Switch when the Switch launched. So, just because of that, I feel like Bomberman has a better chance than ever right now. I mean, if Bomberman has a game on the Switch, it's a completely new game. As far as I know, I don't know if it's on other systems, the Bomberman game, but I feel like Bomberman needs to be included. Now, Sora. Sora would be an interesting character. He comes from Kingdom Hearts. Sora would be an interesting character. I feel like Sora would be the Cloud and Snake of this game. Sora would be amazing to see in Smash. It'd be a lot hard to put Sora in the game, but if they can put Cloud in, then I feel like they could put Sora in as well. The second last character is Crash. Oh my god, Crash needs to come back. I mean, Crash needs to be in this game. He's like at the top of my wish list. I would die of happiness if Crash was announced for this game. Crash has been in a special place in my heart since I was a little kid. If Crash is in this game, I'll die of happiness. Him fighting Mario, him fighting Sonic, him fighting Megaman and Pac-Man, that would be a dream come true. And besides Crash, the Crash Insane Trilogy is coming to the Switch in this year. So, and Crash has been on other Nintendo consoles before. I hate the whole theory regarding Crash as a Sony character. That was back in the 90s. Is this the 90s anymore? No, it's not. Crash has a good chance of being in Smash. He is now owned by Activision. It's up to Activision if Crash can be in the game. It's not really up to Sony. Besides, Crash wasn't in PlayStation All-Stars, so that's a little suspicious, but I feel like he could be in Smash. Smash is so popular, and Crash just needs to be in. Like, I swear, if Crash is not in the game, I won't be mad, but I'll just be a little disappointed. Crash needs to be in the game. He just needs to be. The last character, Random. Now, I feel like Random should be coming back. Random is the most overpowered character in Smash history. Random is the most popular character in Smash history because it can randomly generate a random character from the character select screen. So if Random is not returning, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run out the street. I'm gonna scream up to the sky, yelling to the gods in heaven, and I'm gonna yell, "Oh my God! Let Random in the game as DLC." I'll be so mad if Random doesn't come in as DLC. Random is my favorite character in Smash history. Random needs to come back, or I will be so upset. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for sticking around, for being in this roster talk. What do you think will be the roster of this game? I know this was a really long video. I didn't mean to make it this long. I actually thought this video would be like 15 minutes, honestly. This was like way too long. I just talk about a lot of things. But yeah, anyways, tell me in the comments below what you want in this game as a character. And until next time, peace. See you next time.